Hello, everyone. Happy Monday and welcome to the For the Doers podcast. I am Sayda, your host. Happy Monday. It is a beautiful, rainy Sunday in Los Angeles, much needed. Hopefully it washes away a lot of the bad juju that might be in the air. But we appreciate it whenever we have real rain like we do right now. Thank you again for being here. I just want to say today we're celebrating the 20th episode of the For the Doers podcast. Yay! The podcast, if you haven't heard, started from really a brainstorming session that I had with my friend, Janis and I had engaged Janis since I am a lifetime learner. I believe in sharing and mentoring to help us get to the next level because we don't do anything alone. So we had a great brainstorming session. I think this was in October, and she asked me, have you ever thought about doing a podcast? I was like, did you literally just come from the universe? Because I have been thinking about starting a podcast for quite a while, but I didn't know how to do it. So this is a product of that conversation, which again shows we don't do anything of value and of substance by ourselves. We need each other. We need each other to help each other grow. So I want to say thank you for your eyes and ears and your hearts, all of the great feedback, all of the wonderful people who have been on the podcast, sharing their stories, sharing their hearts and their vulnerability, like last week with Pamela. Fantastic. Expect more and more of this. It is going to keep going. I hope that I can bring you 20 more and 20 more and 20 more episodes. Hopefully this is something that resonates with you. Again, I started the podcast for the people who are really doing their hardest and best to live a fulfilling life authentically. Thank you again. This episode is Janis and I, very light, just asking each other 5 unscripted questions. I love the exercise of asking open-ended questions just to help us get to know each other as people, but also kind of in a selfish way. I think it helps you also think about some of your motives and maybe reflect on some of the things that you might want to shine a light on that you are working on within yourself. So thank you. I say thank you a lot, and I'm going to keep saying it because I am very grateful to be here. I'm grateful for your time. Thank you once again. I hope you have a fantastic, productive, and positive week. Thanks again. Take a listen, enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the For the Doers podcast. I am Sayda, your host, with the lovely and talented Janis Sadoyama. Woo-woo! We are super excited because this is the 20th episode. I cannot believe it.
It went fast.
Went so fast. Oh my goodness. So happy to be here. So excited for everything that's coming up, for how the podcast is growing and all the wonderful friends we've made and all of the interviews that are to be seen that are so exciting. And I just want to say, of course, that I'm so super grateful to Janis, because what was it, 6 months ago when we started working together?
I think so.
Wait,
Only
let me
6
see.
months
I got to
ago.
count on my hands. September, October, November, December, January, February, March. And 6 months ago was when we
Right.
started working on my brand. And I said, well, no. So the way that it happened was we were having a conversation about branding. And Janis said, oh my goodness, I have a post-it here of a question I want to ask you. What do you think about doing a podcast?
Huh. Oh.
I was like, yeah, I've been thinking about doing that for like 2 years and have no idea how to do it. And here we are,
Right.
making
Which is a
magic
testament.
happen.
Which
To
is what a
who? To
testament.
you.
No, but it's a testament to if you want to do something,
Yes.
you just break it down and then
Mm-hmm.
create those steps and do it. I mean, there was no
Yes.
hesitation. You're like, all right, I'm going to record episode 1. I'm going to figure out how to get it up to all the platforms. And
Yes.
20 episodes later.
Whoo. It's true, and I love it. But no, I really want to thank you because you helped me see the path, where I didn't see one. So I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. And it's kind of a message to everybody else. Like, we can't do everything on our own. We can't always do it on our own. And sometimes it's better not to do it on your own and, connect with like-minded people to make things happen. Sometimes that's just how you have to do it.
And I think too, it's a two-way street. So as grateful and thankful as you are to me, I am equally, if not more, grateful and thankful for you. Because it takes two, it's not just,
Yes.
You can't pull somebody along on this journey. They have to
No.
want to do the work too. So
Yes. Yeah. And it's just like I said, finding like-minded people when you start doing what you want to do with your life, I think, and you really go towards authenticity, just being your best self. All of those things, all of those people, you're attracting what you are. I don't know of any other way to say it because I'm living it right now. So grateful to be here. Thank you. And of course, thank you to everybody who has been listening, for all of the support, all of the likes, all of the subscriptions, all of the great notes that people are sending me. Thank you. Couldn't do it without you guys and can't do it without you in the future. So thank you again. And don't forget to still like and subscribe if you haven't. And, thank you for reaching out to a lot of people who have, if you're going through something or, saying thank you because we discussed something that you were going through. That's what this is all about. This is literally why we're here. So I am so grateful that, we were able to help with whatever issues or help you talk through issues for yourself. Super grateful. Thank you. So today we're going to do something a little different for our 20th. We are going to do kind of like a 5-question, sort of a Proustian questionnaire. Janis is going to ask me 5 questions and I'm going to ask Janis 5 questions. And we don't know what we're going to ask each other, and this should be really interesting. So I hope you enjoy. All right, who's going first?
you tell me. Either
I'll
one.
go
You wanna
first.
Oh.
I will go first.
Okay.
Okay.
Ask away.
Ask away. Okay. What is one of your happiest moments as a teenager? What was one of your happiest moments as a teen?
Teenager. Whoa.
Right?
So you're talking like technically like up
Yeah,
until
like,
18.
up until
Okay.
18, up until 19.
Okay.
You were a teen.
Oh, that's right. I always forget. I'm like, oh, up until 18 because you're an adult.
Yeah, not really, but
I'm gonna have to say it was probably my happiest memory, and it also probably the scariest memory was I decided to take a tour of the art school I ended up going to by myself. Like I went, I think in between, I was going to Santa Monica Community College.
Oh,
And in between, yeah,
SMC.
SMC, in between class, like I had a big break in between classes, and the Art Institute campus was in LA, like it was in Santa
Yeah.
Monica, but they said quote unquote LA.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember how I stumbled across that information. Oh, actually, I do. I took an art class at SMC, and it was like all about political art, which I was like, oh, I was like big into poli sci at the time. And the teacher was like, you should like, get curious and go to, a different art school or see like what programs they have and things like that. And I just remember going there and being, you fill out this little questionnaire, and I checked off every box like I could do, because they had culinary arts, they had animation, they had
wow.
web design, all this stuff. And I was like, oh, I could do all these things. Like this sounds so fun. And I think it was the happiest because it was almost like you're at it's not even a fork, but you have 50 pathways you can choose from. And just being in that like creative energy where everybody's doing creative stuff, whether it be like culinary or traditional art, like it was just kind of this space of, hey, you can kind of forge your own path, and it doesn't have to look a specific way, or it's non-traditional. So
Cool.
I think that was the happiest, because it was like, whoa, like all these people are creative, and it's intimidating, but it's also like, oh, what are you doing? Like, show me how to do that. And I think it was the happiest also because it was like a whole world opened up.
Possibilities.
Yeah.
Mini doer.
Doer in training.
Doer in training, exactly. I love that. Okay. Who is your hero? Someone who is living right now, who is your hero?
Oh.
You can only pick one.
Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my gut, because instantly when you said that, and I was like, it's gonna be so cheesy, and I don't know what kind of backlash it's gonna go. But I would really have to say my boyfriend.
Wow.
Because I don't think a hero is just somebody. I do think that a hero is somebody that you look up to, but I also think it's a person that challenges you and doesn't let you get away with stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not just like this unrealistic, like, picture of perfection of like, this is the way things are done, but it's also like, okay, cool. There's different ways to do things, but have you thought of it doing things a different way? Or you've never tried this, do the thing that scares you or that really pulls you outside of your comfort zone. But still being supportive the entire way through, like never discounts like different ideas. And it seems cheesy, but I'm like, no, that's just, I feel like it's a heroic thing to like, to have those qualities. And when you say hero, it's somebody that I would look up to or that
Mm-hmm.
I entrust to get feedback from, or,
Yes.
So as cheesy as it sounds, it's rooted in all the things, but
Yeah, I don't think it's cheesy. I don't think it's cheesy at all. That's fantastic.
Yeah, and I think it's a realistic thing too. It's not just somebody you put on a pedestal like that can do no wrong. I also think
Right.
it comes with, oh, they're going to push you to do something different, and they're going to make you want to rise to be your best self.
I love it. Wow, that was unexpected and fantastic. Okay, let's see. What's another good one I have? What talent do you wish you had?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Probably music. I would say, like, and not singing. Oh God, no.
Why not singing?
Probably not singing. I don't know. That feels very. I don't know. Like using yourself as a voice. Well,
Yeah.
It's a wishful thing too. So,
Yeah.
I think I would like playing a really like a musical instrument,
Mm.
and I lean towards like piano
Ooh.
or violin. Maybe those are like the two that I'm like, oh, that's so lovely. And I like played music like in junior high, but then you forget it, and it's like it's like learning another language that like anybody
Yeah.
could understand, because I mean, you get it. You're a musician, and music's a big part of who you are. You get it.
Yeah, I do. I like that. And those are two of the hardest actually to play.
They're so
You chose
beautiful.
the really difficult. I
I'd be
remember.
like, Sayda the recorder. I wish I
Yeah.
played the recorder.
Yeah.
That's easier.
But the recorder can be difficult too. I guess it depends on the type of music you want to play too. That is actually a big factor.
But it would be like the electric violin if I could get like
really
specific.
Snap. Okay, now she's really getting yeah.
Yeah, they're incredible. I mean, I think that is like, I'm like, holy moly. It would be specific to that.
I love it. I'm just laughing. I don't know why I always laugh when I think of this. My sister, I'm not gonna out which one, even though there's only two. She always wanted to play the violin because she wanted to learn how to play The Devil Goes Down to Georgia.
That's okay. That's on the list too. It's so good.
It is so difficult. Like I couldn't even imagine, even when I was good at the violin.
She's like, I would just want to do one, like just one song, just know one song. It's like her chopsticks. Like that's the song she knows. I mean, that would be amazing.
Chopsticks is what everybody learns how to play on the piano first. Right. Okay, that was 3 questions, right? Or 4? 3? I don't even remember. Okay. I got the teen. Okay.
I think that was 3.
That was 3. Okay. What is your all-time favorite book?
Oh. You know what? I haven't read it in a really long time, and it's super random, but it's John Grisham, The Client.
Oh.
That is hands down my favorite book.
Why?
And I read it pretty young. I think I read it in high school, but it was so like, it painted such a good story. It was, I mean, I read the book and then I watched the movie, and the movie was horrible in comparison to the book. I mean, it's not a bad movie, but
right.
I was just like, gosh, the writing was so good, and it was just so rich in like the storytelling aspect. And I love like crime novels, and so I love that.
Interessante. All right.
John Grisham's a good author. I like.
Yeah.
I'm on.
I mean, So one more question. That's got to be a good one. Dun, dun, dun. Ooh. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Ooh. Ooh.
And why? Any superpower.
Ooh.
Hot seat.
Hot seat. Probably teleportation.
Oh,
I think
please tell me what you would do with that.
Well, you could maybe not so much like time travel, because I feel like that gets a little messy with like, oh, you would like regret things and go back and change it. So not so much that, but more like you could be somewhere instantly. Like if I wanted to hang out and do dinner with my parents tonight, I wouldn't have to hop on a plane. It would be like as easy as like opening a door and going through the door and being like, hopping out of the closet, or, going places and traveling and, hopping different areas, like,
isn't that a movie?
Continents and stuff. It is probably. Speaking of sci-fi, it was
some hopper thing where the guy hops from place to place. Interesting. I thought you would say something maybe a little more sinister.
Like what?
I don't know.
Like what?
Like rob a bank or something.
Couldn't you do that?
Teleport into some vault.
Actually, that movie. I'm like, yes, I would. That would be so
was.
Cool. I'd want to. Jumper. The movie was called
Jumper. Yes.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Yes.
That's lovely.
Maybe I was thinking more sinister.
Right. Well, I think it's one of those things like time is our most precious commodity. And wouldn't it just be nice to get to where you wanted to be?
Oh, absolutely.
To do all the things there, But then there's something to be said about like taking the scenic route or taking your time to get somewhere too. So that's a toss up.
Learning that. I think we're all learning that patience.
Right.
These days. Okay, so that was 5
Good
questions.
Good question. Are you ready for yours? I thought about this for a very long time, by the way. I have prepped these questions before we even said we were going to do this.
I'm scared.
Okay.
Let me go get a shot of something.
Right. I'm gonna need a moment.
All right,
let's do really think about when you showed us a picture of. Do you still have little Sayda on your desk?
Oh, of course. Little Sayda is always here. Oh, there's little Sayda. That's
the best. And I came full circle when you showed us that. I think it was last week or the week before. And I was like, oh yeah, this is totally going to be it. So, what would little Sayda be sad that you're not doing anymore?
Oh, dang. Oh, that went straight to the heart.
Sorry, it went. I was like, we'll there, and then we'll lighten it.
What would she be sad that I'm not doing
anymore? Or
little Sayda would be sad that I'm not playing music as much right now. I think that's what would probably make her a little sad, but I would just tell little Sayda that I have other priorities right now.
Yeah, like you're gonna have to entertain yourself. I have things to
do. I'm making things better for us, little Sayda. Get off my back. That's probably what it would be.
So question 2 is on the heels of that. And it would be,
great.
what would she be delightfully surprised that you're doing?
She would be delighted at pretty much everything that I'm doing now, because I am really being my authentic self. And little Sayda was always getting into trouble for just being herself and, talking too much in class. Hello, here we are. Distracting other people from getting work done. And, just saying, hey, I want to do this and doing it. I think she would be incredibly proud of me, just making my own choices and living my life the way I want to live it.
I love that.
Yeah, I think, I think about that, of course. I mean, despite having a very strict upbringing, I mean, I was like, always the one. There's always that one that's like, no, I'm doing it this way. And I think she would be proud.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like you're seamlessly like, this is seamless flow. So
I'm good at everything.
Right. You've touched on being kind of a strict, like growing up in a strict household, conservative family, pastor's daughter, and really meaty values and work ethics that were instilled in you from both your parents.
Yes.
What is one thing that you've had previously accepted as truth, but you've had to relearn or rebel from?
Yikes. Oof. Previously. That is a tough one. Girl, you got me.
I was really proud of that question, by the way.
I mean, I think I used to have very conservative values, in the past, because that's how I grew up, even though I always still rebelled. Yeah, I think that's one thing that that I found for myself, like the whole, conservatism and religion are completely different for me. I went to church 6 days a week when I was a kid, more than a few lifetimes for a lot of people. And I think when I got older, I had to, for myself, say, this is why I'm going, because I have to, I'm the why. I'm always asking why. And the more I started reading and learning, I started creating my own sense of spirituality, which is not the same as what I grew up with. Wow. Very different from what I grew up with. I'm still, I don't go to church, but I'm a very spiritual person. And I'm so much more about really looking at the roots of my culture, because being the first American, or being an American, when your parents come from another country, sometimes your parents do want you to fit in and they want you to become American, but sometimes your culture gets a little lost there. And there are, things that I'm just discovering now, still, like at 51, about the culture of the Dominican Republic and the history and the whys. And that's also contributed to my spirituality, which is different from my parents. I'm not going to go too much into that, but I'm a very spiritual person. I'm just not a religious person at all.
I love that. Oof,
You know?
that's a good one. Good answer. Good answer. If you could create your perfect job, profession,
Girl.
whatever, like it would, it doesn't have to, it give us a glimpse of what a day in the life of that profession would be.
Why are you putting me in this hot seat? How dare you? If I could, a day in the life would be this right here.
Oh, okay.
It would be like, this would be a big part of the day, is doing this, which is connecting with someone like you, connecting with a lot of people, you know, speaking about things that empower like-minded people, motivate like-minded people, and literally the doers, the pros, the people who are making things happen. That's what I love to do. I literally get up to do that. You know, when I have been a leader in so many different spaces, that's my favorite thing. Like, who are the people who are doing the most? How do I support them and help them get better? That's literally, like, I love it, and I selfishly love it because, you know, I love being part of that like, achievement, I did this, you know. And not even I did it, like, you did it, you did this, oh my God, remember where you were before, look at you now.
That's so cool.
Like, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do.
I mean, it's pretty amazing. You're
And you know, and I like shaking hands and kissing babies. You know, I'm not a politician or anything, but I love, hi everyone.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Just seeing the smiles and saying, you know, fun things and laughing, all of that.
Just gonna put it out there for everybody.
Out there in the universe.
We will see Sayda on a parade float at
I don't know about that, girl. Maybe if I can have like the Pope mobile.
Right. Something.
With shade.
With shade, yes. And a fan.
And fans. Two hot guys fanning me.
Right.
More like a Cleopatra thing, I'm thinking.
I like it. Listen.
Hey, you said anything.
If you can't imagine it. Let's get really specific with the visualization. Okay.
Yes, that's my long-winded answer.
No, that's awesome. And it's such a testament too to like you're doing it.
Yeah.
Like, describe your perfect job or describe your perfect occupation. You're like, actually, it would look a lot like this. Like, cool.
It would look a lot like this.
It is. We're just like, make it bigger.
Yeah. Hype me up, everybody.
Come on, guys.
Hype me up.
Share this episode. Which is so perfect that it kind of aligns with the fifth and final question of what are 3 things, be it traits, habits, or values, that are non-negotiables when it comes to being a doer?
Oh, I love. Okay, let me keep track of this. I gotta maybe write it down so I make sure I'm always saying 3 things.
It's like, actually, there's a list.
Here's my book. Okay, so 3, can you repeat the question, please?
Of course. What are 3 things, be it traits, habits, or values, that are non-negotiables when it comes to being a doer?
I would have to say honesty is number one with yourself. Honesty with yourself, with really saying, this is who I am. Even though I have these shortcomings, I'm even going to take these shortcomings and do something with it because I know who I am. And I know, because I know who I am, I will navigate this in my way.
Yeah.
And that's being honest with yourself to say, okay, and just like this, like we were speaking earlier, like I need help with certain things.
Yeah.
You know, and just knowing yourself enough to know what resources you have to get things done for yourself, and also being honest when you're like, yeah, I need help.
Yeah.
Honesty is with yourself is just, you know, I haven't always been honest with myself, but when I started to, because I had to really look into why I kept hitting walls. And part of that was just being honest with myself about what I can actually accomplish and how. So honesty with yourself is a non-negotiable. Discipline.
Oh,
that big D word. Hate to see it.
Yeah.
Hate to see it, but it's the truth. You don't do anything, you don't accomplish anything without discipline. Totally. You know, I would much rather many times be, you know, having brunch with some of my friends instead of figuring out how to record on Zoom and make it into a podcast, or, you know, reading about let me see, drug alternatives, prescription drug alternatives and herbs, or reading a book about floral essences, because, but I know I have to do that because it's what I love, and I want to, I'm shaping my life that way. Ooh. So I think the discipline, you know, the discipline of doing this once a week, of saying, I'm going to do this. Things come up, you know, but I say like, no, this is what I want to do. No, and I have to, you know, sacrifice. And it's like, it's all in how you look at it too, because I could think of it as, oh, I'm sacrificing. You're not sacrificing anything. You're building your life. That's what it is. So self-discipline. And I think for doers, non-negotiable is loving yourself, learning how to love yourself. I don't think it always happens. I don't know. I think it's something that doers have because they cherish themselves so much that they want to do all of the things that make their heart sing, you know, and you feel like there's no option. I have to do this. Yeah. If I want to get where I want to be, you know, because I deserve it. I deserve this. That's a non-negotiable, you know, learning to love yourself. And it's not like it happens overnight. Yes, your upbringing has a lot to do with it, or, you know, experiences that you've had in your life. But I think we all have to do those exercises of like, first of all, like what I answered first is being honest with yourself. Then I think that after that, you have to say, how do I cultivate myself, my life, so that I can be happy with what I'm doing, you know? I love myself. Like, I learned to really love myself. It took me years to even say that, because I thought that was like, oh my God, you don't say things like that you love yourself. Oh my God, that's so, God, what an ego. She's so conceited. I don't care. You know, at the end of the day, when I close my eyes, it's me. It's all me.
Yeah.
And no one else is responsible for me. So I have to love myself. And by through loving myself, I'm living the life that I want to live.
Yep.
There you go.
So good. So good.
That was awesome. You had the best questions. Now I feel like I threw you softballs.
Oh, stop. Which I'm like, oh, what's she gonna ask?
We're gonna have to do this again. Your questions were good.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
That was super fun. I just wanted to do that because I think asking these questions help us, you know, really think about in a fun way. It's a great way to think about what you would do in certain situations. And the faster you can answer some of these questions means that you have been reflecting a lot.
Yeah.
And doing that work to live authentically. That's what it's all about.
Well said. Well said.
That was so much fun.
We'll have to do it again.
Yeah, we have to do that again with different questions. And I think with some of the guests moving forward, we'll be doing that too. Okay, that was fun. And I want to say thank you again to everyone. I will always say thank you because I'm so incredibly grateful to be here, to be with you. Thank you for listening. I hope in some way we brightened up your day and maybe made you think about something a little different that you hadn't thought about, and you're asking yourself some of these questions. Thank you. I hope you have a fantastic week. Thank you for listening. And I'm looking forward to number 21, number 31, number 51.
1001.
1001. Oh, that'll be a party. That'll be live.
I love it.
Thank you, Janis, also for always being so supportive, such a great friend, such a great partner. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. This was so great.
Thank you. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Stay safe. And remember, it's all about you. I can't wait to see you next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye, everybody. Thank you.